I'm holding on, Horace, night follows night. I see your face, I don't sleep, wishing, waiting for light. Come now, drift past, let me see you. Dawn glow upon this dark sea. I'm holding on, holding on for news, for a moment of ease. Return now, return to me.
Proposing to me again.
Oh, he's hungry.
I gave him a peach. He ate half of it, stole 4 bloody bananas, and then flashed me his. I said to him, put it back in your trousers and piss off, you puppet. Oh, it's funny. Come inside now, love.
There are no customers and I'm enjoying the sun.
Yanking it out in front of a lady. Big though. I'll give him that. Little bastards are tiny all over.
Why don't you like it when men fancy you? You have this place, don't you want to share it with someone?
I don't think that a midget who flashes his privates in public is quite the match for me somehow, Cupid. Besides, I got you. Come inside now, love.
I'll come inside when there's a customer.
Amber, come inside. Look, they haven't walked past for 5 weeks. They're not going to walk past.
I'll come inside when there's a customer. Do you ever want a family of your own?
Oh, once maybe. Not anymore. Oh, it's no bother. I don't feel the magic for it anyway. Magic enough to make another, for us to... Not that my father was good advertising. Best thing he ever did was leave me this bloody fruit shop.
Your father owns this?
Yeah, Piper and Sons.
Sons?
Oh, there wasn't enough room on the sign for daughters.
What happened to him?
The old blister. He was sitting on your stool, sorting fruit, sweating like a walrus. When the chewing tobacco just dropped from his gob, he clutched his chest and bang, he carked it.
That's awful. I feel awful.
Oh, don't. You're a much better replacement. Only thing he did well was sell fruit. Had a mouth on him like you wouldn't fuck. A bloody believe. And a face like a bulldog licking shit off a lemon. Nobody liked him. Oh, he had a good heart. Nah, even that's piffle. Even that gave up on him. The last sound he made before he went to the Almighty was a whopping great... and poof, he was gone.
morning.
Oh, top of the morning to you, sir. Fancy a pair, or aren't you that kind of a persimmon?
Miss Murray.
Why have you come?
Who's this?
Quiet, Harriet.
Miss Murray, I'm sorry to have disturbed you, to have used your address, and I thought it right to come. The newspapers have printed a story this morning.
What story? What story?
They've arrested the family.
Oh.
They don't know who the other mothers are. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Beneath, see the clear water gleam, oh, to watch as a bundle stands by for a drowsy wet trip underneath a new sky. Were we sit by the reeds, did you go? Did I smile? Did you know? I was setting you free. I was letting you be so much more than me. A bundle is collected, a boy becomes a king. But maybe just in fables, maybe that's the thing. Maybe in that story, the sun kept her sun warm. But in this vicious nightmare, my son's blown into a storm. Not knowing I had failed when I set you free. Thought I'd set you to be so much more than me. My bundle was collected, but who became the king? And in this wicked story now, that's the wicked thing. In some other story, my son is somewhere warm. But with cold wings of truth, now I'll fly into a storm. Yes, I am here, and I'll take all this fear. I'll tear out from the reeds now you've left. How I'll fight for your theft. How I'll fight if I can be. God, let me be so much more, so much more, so much more than me.
It is indeed a terrible storm that has blown through our sad city. 13 infant bodies uncovered, from 3 premises, each of which was at one time leased to the Macon family, a family known to have taken in illegitimate children, whose mothers have, in many instances, chosen to conceal themselves from this court. Assumptions made while hearing of these grim discoveries have no place here. The house of the law cannot be led by the hand of assumption, but by that of fact. For the law to continue its involvement, the Crown must show a proven link between a mother, her child, and the Macon family. Any woman who testifies does so in faith that the remains discovered are those of her own child, to be identified by her with irrefutable proof. Without it, further trial is impossible, and the pen of the law may be prematurely snatched from the hand of justice.
They'll pay up for this. Mark my words, they'll pay up.
Pay up? Pay up what?
She means that someone will get them for
I'm
what
not
they...
talking to you. I'm talking to her. And you'll listen. Amber came to you. All 3 of you. She came when this nightmare might have been changed. She searched for you and she came to ask for your help. And now look. Look at this.
Nobody knew this could have
Oh,
happened.
what if she did? What if she came and knocked on your doors because she did?
You didn't listen long enough to know. Our children are dead. Your daughters and my son. I've spent every ounce of my time trying to hunt down the family that did this because of some foolish bloody hope. Bloody promise that I would see him again. So forgive me. But I would also like to know what it is Miss Davies thinks can be paid to her. Your wasted money. Your £2 bloody pound. Is that what it takes to make you do something? Well, go on! Sniff it out! Go on! Find it! I'll use every last shilling I've saved to fight those monsters in court while you piss off and find your pathetic money.
I said you should come back. Those days you came, I said you should come back.
I did, Miss Rigby. 6 times.
Well, we're here now. What do we do?
You tell the police who you are and you testify at the inquest.
I can't. Nobody knows I had Victoria. She wasn't registered. I'll be done for it.
Why? Why must we?
Miss Leonard, if nobody can positively identify what's left of our children, that family will escape trial at the criminal court.
They won't be kind to us. For giving them away. For having them at all. If we turn up in the papers, they won't be kind, Miss Murray. We'll lose our names.
I'll lose my job.
You've lost your child!
And it won't bring her back. Miss Murray, I'm sorry for our loss.
Coward. Please.
I can't. When I started to show, 3 months into it, I was hidden away in the house. Mother and father never had guests. Saw to it that nobody stopped by. If there was a knock on the door, I wasn't to answer it. For 5 months. If anyone asked, I was on domestic service in the country. I wasn't seen. Nobody knew. I gave birth to her in the laundry. Mother's hand over my mouth told, do it quietly, do it quietly. And then quietly, they took Amelia away. And life continued as normal. I searched too, Miss Murray. Quietly. When I could. Having my daughter snatched from me paid for the respectability of my name. If that's all I'm left with, what do I get by giving it away?
Yourself.
God be with you.
You're going to stay with me through this. Every second of it. No work, no arguments. I'll make soup. And we'll eat soup. And you'll sleep. And this will be done with, love. One day at a time. For all of it, I'm here.
You would make a wonderful mother.
One, 3, 6, 9, pertaining to body number 3, marked D. Evidence presented by Dr. Morano before the city coroner determines cause of death as unknown due to the adipocerous state of the deceased. But it has been determined to be that of a male child. Called to the stand is Miss Amber Murray for the purpose of the possible identification of infant number 3, marked D. Proceed, Mr. Williams.
Miss Murray, explain your relationship to the Macon family.
I was one of the women who paid them to take care of my son, Horace Murray. They told me he was the only little boy they'd ever taken into their care.
I see. And why did you give up, what's his name?
Horace! His name is Horace.
Yes. Why did you give up Horace, Miss Murray?
If he couldn't stay warm in the winter, he was dead. If he couldn't stay cool in the summer, he was dead. If Horace stayed with me, he was dead. When I sent him to stay with that family, so why did I give him a last
Forgive me, but it seems baffling that abandonment was your only option.
I tried to hold on. I had no family left and no way to work.
Miss Murray, how can any of us be certain that what you say even occurred? That you even handed your child over to the Macon family?
I beg your pardon?
Why should anyone believe that what you state is the truth? Were there any other witnesses to the event? Was there a signed agreement?
Yes, but they have it with them. They took it.
Oh, how unusual. A search of their houses revealed nothing of the sort.
Why would it?
You didn't consider it necessary to secure a copy of your own?
I didn't consider that they'd never return my child.
Exhibit B is the birth declaration of,
Stop checking the name!
Order, Miss Murray. You
Why
understand?
does he keep checking the name? He knows it's Horace.
For goodness sake, use the child's name, Mr. Williamson.
Yes, Your Honour. Exhibit B is the birth record of Horace. Mother, Amber Constance Murray. Father is blank. Why is that, Miss Murray?
Because the father doesn't believe he was the father.
Oh, you mean there was another option?
No! It was Harry Thompson. He worked on the wharves. He didn't want... He said He took me to the reserve, and that's where he left me. Left us.
Clarify, Miss Murray.
Very well. 13 children have been murdered. The father was Harry Thompson. He'd taken an interest in me for some weeks. He was polite, simple enough. He collected me from the house one afternoon with permission. We were to walk by the harbour to talk. As it turned out, his intentions darkened and he persisted with them beyond objection. I'm the only one that ever believed that. You asked why I gave Horace away, and I told the truth. My father had gone. Horace's father had gone, and we were left in the park in winter. Because I loved him, I gave him away to stop for a moment, forsake, were the only choices left for me to make. In the end, only one seemed right, not death, not death.
Exhibit C.
The garment found wrapped around the remains of number 3, marked D, for the purpose of possible identification by the witness. Continue, Mr. Williamson.
What was your child wearing when you handed it over to Charles, Agatha and Clara Macon?
When they took Horace away, he was dressed in this gown.
How can you be so sure this is the exact gown your child was wearing?
I know it's because it is his.
Vague recollection and admissible evidence are vastly different.
I recognise the gown by the lace in the neck and in the front. I know the work by the way it turns on the shoulder. A seamstress can swear to her own sewing, sir.
Oh, yes. That's all very quaint, Miss Murray, but the wet eyes of a seamstress and the sharp eyes of proof see things with very different levels of accuracy.
These are his clothes. These are the clothes that I gave him over in. That is the proof. I am his mother. I'm his mother.
Order.
And I know it. And
Order.
I know it because it is his.
Order, Miss Murray. Would you like a recess?
No. I would like my bag.
Fetch Miss Murray's bag.
Permission to stand, Your Honour.
Granted.
When you're left with nothing, you try and hold on to everything. Pick it apart and see that they match!
I might be small, sir, but I can hock up a whole load of it. All those people watching. I feel sick.
Oh, let them watch. This town is full of wagging tongues.
Wagging tongues.
That's all they are.
Let them wag. For now, you need to eat.
Oh, and to rest. They've drawn repulsive caricatures of us in the paper, Clara. There are 53 papers in this city. 53! And all of them with those contemptuous little drawings of us.
I think they're quite flattering, Mother, of you.
Oh, don't be peculiar, Clara, not now. Anyway, we must think of poor Charlie, shut up in a cell.
Oh, you're
all
only
on his
being
own.
nice because you're frightened.
Look what I've got.
Just stop.
Without your father here...
Charlie's not my father.
Well, he's the only one you've got.
That's not true. Philip Edwards is my father.
He had nothing to offer
He wrote
us.
that letter. He wanted to find us. You told me he didn't.
He had nothing to offer us.
He had nothing to offer you.
Well, he didn't try very hard. He didn't find us, did he?
Who could? We kept moving.
Why would you bring this up here?
I've been locked away with liars all my life.
How dare you!
I wish that my father had found me.
You
And that Miss Murray was my mother.
Emma Murray is an ungrateful little bitch! We'll be calm. As Charlie would say, we'll be calm. We've done nothing wrong.
You don't feel anything, do you, Mother? Like how other people feel things for other people. You don't, do you?
Harriet,
Yes.
is this how life goes? Is this how life is meant to go?
Oh, I don't know, love. I don't know. It's all slander with no sorrow.
Whatever's said today is gone tomorrow.
We'll settle now.
These things take time.
We can settle now. It'll all be fine. Sing tonight and sail into morning. Tomorrow's light shows justice dawning. Sail peacefully on the great lake of night, and if we can, we'll glide away from the fight.
Just sail with that clean breeze behind you. Sail peacefully on from this fight.
Why don't you get some sleep, love? And just do what you will. Just do what you will.
Sail, sail with that clean breeze behind you. Sail away from this fight. A table, 2 chairs, and a window. 4 walls, uneven floorboards. We work and we laugh and we banter. Sometimes with tongues like 2 swords, but it's just how I thought it would feel. Misunderstood, needed, adored. It feels something like being a mother, something like being a mother. I sat in this chair and I wished in this chair for warmer amity, the kind I never got. And I sat and I waited, so sure that God would bring my something more. Now you're here in my home, filling all the spaces of my little home. A child here in my home. You came back, a child here in my home. You feel so tired, so lost, and so sore. But I feel a strange something more. It feels something like being a mother, something like loving another, something like being a mother. Nothing
We gather here to consider the circumstances surrounding the unearthing of the only positively identified body found at a Macon residence. It is the body of Horace Murray. Yes, buried there, found there, identified here. It is the only body that can be considered in this trial, as it is the only body proven to be lawfully linked to its mother, Amber Murray, and its carers, the Macon family.
What's missing, however, Your Honour, is a single shard of evidence to suggest that this body was in fact murdered. Corpus delicti. In a case of this nature, a guilty verdict for murder should not be possible without evidence of a murder and a proven connection between that evidence and the accused. In short, we must not hang a family for murder if there is nothing to suggest that a murder has in fact taken place. To set that precedent, a precedent of guilt through assumption, would be detrimental to the future of those mistakenly accused.
The court calls upon Charles Macon, Agatha Macon. Continue, Mr. Williamson.
The entire situation.
Oh, it's outrageous.
That it has reached such an absurd point.
Ridiculous, just ridiculous.
I am just grateful that today, away from all of the
Horrendous tittle
tattle and slander of the inquest,
we are given the liberty
of
clarifying the situation ourselves.
You once had a son.
Yes.
A son of your own.
Patrick is what we named him.
And God in his mystery
Took him away so soon.
Heaven chose to reclaim him. Agatha was broken.
Charles was lost, left hollow for months in the grief. Then the Lord saw it fit to send one more scourge.
When my wife could no longer conceive. Natural causes, Your Honor, natural causes. lost so much, then found so much
in helping those needy mothers.
Oh, yes.
but the lies
Such cruel lies make me despise
ever trying to help others at all, which is not like us at all.
The children you cared for,
Indeed, died in our homes.
of a spread illness, some rapid disease.
How could we tell them
God had taken their children
when we know just how dreadful that feels? Natural causes, Your Honor, natural causes. The children were taken by natural causes. But we do claim guilt for one trespass.
We buried each child without license.
Improper burial, we claim,
Is the only crime to defame
the maker name in this court of law. Natural causes, natural causes, took the children to God. No murder, Your Honor, how could we murder? When the lives
all these mothers
was our passion, our cause, and our only natural desire. How are we accused of more?
no more questions, Your Honor.
Clara Macon.
It is not considered etiquette to wear one's hat inside the court, Miss Macon.
I'm sorry.
Tell the court your age, Miss Macon.
16. Today.
Today.
Yes, today.
Well, happy birthday, Miss Macon.
Thank you. It's been delightful.
You understand the seriousness of the charges brought against yourself and your parents, Miss Macon?
Yes.
Your honour is considered etiquette, Miss Macon.
Yes, Your Honour.
Continue, Mr. Williamson.
Tell the court what kind of people your parents are, Miss Macon. There is no reason to be afraid.
I'm not.
Good girl.
Good girl. Just like mother and father. We are. All of us. Good people. Good people. That's what other good people say. She's a good mother. He's a good father. Oh, they work very hard to be good. Smile a little harder. Try a little harder. That's what mother teaches me, 'cause happiness is becoming and goodness is rewarded. When you make a decision, make it quickly. These are father's lessons, good choices beget goodness, and goodness is rewarded. Good people, they are good people, because that's what we say they are. And good daughter, I'm a good daughter, and what a good daughter I've been so far. To be a good daughter, there were things to remember, things that I've practiced to say. And Charlie, look how good I'm being, remembering all of those words today. Mother must be thrilled, got no fingers in my mouth. Thank heaven she has freed my lips, so there's room for this damn out, isn't it? Damn out today. If only they were getting this rain out to the country where they needed hay. Viper's tongue, Charles, viper's tongue. Such a thin little star with the books. Porches white with a hat on crooked and a poison, peculiar little looks. Steal away, a book like that would sell in stores. Steal away, and Mother and Charlie. What a story it is. This story is all yours. Money, Miss Glenn, money, Miss Collins, money, Miss Rigby, where's the money, Mrs. Potter, money, Miss Dave, money, Miss O'Connor, money, Miss Franklin, so much money. Your Honor, baby's out, Miss Murray. How sad you came all this way. Horace is out in Chippendale, but 10 shillings just the same. A hat pin, Your Honor, is all that it took. A hat pin from Mother's dresser shelf. She would cover the E with a cloth, and Charlie pushed it in all by himself. It doesn't hurt, Clara. It's like testing a pie. It happens in an instant, then it's over and goodbye. Now swaddle her up, I'll swaddle him up, and bury the pie in the earth. A hat pin, sir, and those lions, sir. Those two things caused all of these tears. They murdered every child, every wriggling little child, with a hat pin straight through the good people, see, good people, such good people with their smiles and their hat pin, that dreadful hat pin, and their love for Miss Whoever's child. No, there's more. Charlie's not my father. Mother was pregnant out of wedlock too, with me. But my real father had nothing, so she married Charlie to spare her the shame, to keep a roof over her ugly head. But when he ruined his leg and lost his job, they had to find some way of living as she insisted. Mother kept a record of the little ones as they were taken, a mark for each murder, an initial for each name, another for which property they were left in. And she kept it all tallied in the back page of one of her journals. Oh, River, we only had Horace a week. A week, Miss Murray. We had them all a week, but they kept taking everyone's money. Unless you asked questions, unless you came in search, unless you cared. And when you did, we moved. They did it all because they could. She feels nothing for others, and he feels only for her. Both as empty as Mother's purse. What a good girl I've been to say it. I remembered it all. Every bloody word.
Surely, two people stand before me whose hearts must be as hard as diamond, utterly indifferent to human suffering, and in whom conscience must be utterly dead. You took money from the mothers of these children.
Charles dropped Patrick.
An axe.
You beguiled them with promises you never meant to perform.
How still he looked, lying like a doll.
Sound
Deception
asleep.
to Amber Murray, you endeavoured to make any attempt to search fruitless.
I looked to my wife.
And I
In
to
order
my
to
husband.
avoid detection, you buried her child in a yard as you would the carcass of a dog.
Then, like the sound of a gentle breeze,
3 yards of
Simple.
houses in which you lived
agreement.
testify that you were carrying out this hellish business of destroying the lives of infants for nothing more than financial gain.
I can no longer offer you much. You won't leave me, will you?
I shan't struggle.
Clara Macon
Don't leave me.
is found innocent of charge and sent to the care of her father, Philip Edwards. Agatha Macon
Don't leave me.
is found guilty of accessory to murder and sentenced to 20 years hard labour.
Don't leave me.
Charles Macon is sentenced to death by hanging.
Let's get you home. I have to walk. Then walk we will.
No, wait. Harriet, for these past months, you've been right here beside me. You gave me a job, a bed. You fed me and helped me and talked to me and took me into your care when you didn't have to. You didn't have to do any of it. And I never even thanked you. Sometimes the things I've said, I don't always say what it is I should. You understand?
Of course I do. There's no reason for that now.
There is. To me, you are like a mother.
That's the biggest bloody thank you I ever got. Let's walk.
Just me for a while.
I see. Where will you go?
I don't know.
Apparently the beds in fruit shops up in I don't know are very uncomfortable. You were fired anyway. When?
End of the week, I thought. I won't let it ruin me, Harriet. I'll be all right.
Of course you will. A right as rain.
And will you?
Now you walk then, love. And whenever you need to, you be sure and walk right back.
Tiny glow in the darkness
I'll see you.